Hey, welcome back to Fixing Things. Today, we're back on electricity. And we're going to be running power for a heat pump, the outside heat pump unit, on Roger and Nancy's trailer. If you go back to my other episodes, you'll see that I ran the service, the power to this, and we did the OP for the electrical and everything with this. And so today we're going to be running the electrical for their heat pump now that they're moved in. So here's the electrical service that we put in. And I got almost 40 feet of half-inch conduit. Here's half-inch conduit here too, inside the panel. And we're probably gonna come down right here out of this hole, go into the trailer, come down, and then probably come out somewhere right about here. We don't want to put it right in front of the heater vent, because that's going to blow out lint, and the AC unit compressor will suck the lint onto the fins, and it's very hard to get off. So we're going to come down here about 5 feet out of the way of that, and we're going to put our electrical box, and then the unit will set just downhill of that. So on this episode of Fixing Things, we're doing the electrical on a heat pump. I don't think we're gonna need too many tools. I got my bag, my camera stand, and a few supplies over there. That's about it. A couple 90s, a disconnect box. Oh, my hand is shaking like crazy because it's stuck to the side of my body. Maybe I can smooth it out. Smoothing out the camera. Maybe not. So we got a little bit of a walk. There's the entrance. We got to get all the way over to there. Camera stand. I'll go get the supplies. All right, so the first thing you want to do when you're running any kind of electrical, whether you're running conduit in ceilings, in schools and big giant buildings and stuff like that, is you want to have a clear path of where you're going to go with the least amount of bends as possible. And that's probably 101 in conduit running. We're going to have 3 90s in this. We could probably do it with less, but it wouldn't look as good. We could probably swoop the whole thing in with 190. We'll do 190 here and a swoop, but I don't want to do that. I want this thing to look good, and 3 is fine. They say 4 is the max. You shouldn't do more than 3. That being said, we want to be able to, we know that we want to be past this vent. So I'm thinking right around this split right in here somewhere. So what we want to do is we want to build this conduit run outside here, then drag it in there with us with the 90s and everything already on it, and with the pipe ready to stick out the side of the underneath of the underpending thingy. Then we'll do the same thing. We'll probably have to come out 2 or 3 times. So what I want to do is I want to take a measurement somehow, if I have some way to hook it. "13 feet 4 inches." So that's what we're going to shoot for. We could actually come a little further and put the, yeah, let's do that. All right, the next thing we want to do is we want to make a penetration. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the same conduits and drill us a hole right here. Yes, perfecto. And we'll take that, we'll go over 11'3" and we'll drill us another one. We got to get that box though, we got to see what the depth is. All right, so anytime you're running power to a heat pump outside or air conditioner, you want to know the load rating. We're going to be using one that takes a 30 amp circuit 220. So I purchased a disconnect. By code, I don't care what state you're in, you have to have a disconnect, and it's got to be within line of sight of the unit. So the unit is considered a motored device. It's not like a permanent stall. It just sits on a pad. It vibrates. Anything, that motor that has vibration and stuff like that, you got to use like a flexible conduit or at least something strapped to the thing. But this one here is a disconnect. It's a non-fused disconnect, 30 amp, rated for 30 amps. And man, that thing is tough to open. Okay. Anyways, here's our lines in, and one of these will be the lines out. So I want to get this screw hole into the band beam on the side of the trailer. All right, so I'm not going to use my tape anymore on this because we have our two holes. So the glue that I'm using is actually made for conduit. You don't need primer or anything else on it. I'm just going to stick this side in the hole. It's going to give me a reference point. Now we're going to go down here and extend the other end. I'm just going to use a tubing cutter. This one here is made by Klein's. You know it's made by Klein's because Klein's tools always talk to you. Klein's. Man, it's amazing. I know what some of y'all are thinking. You ought to sandpaper that joint. It's going to leak. It's going to leak electricity? Man, you're right. I should sandpaper it. I know this is on the outside. This is going to be on the inside when we're done. It's just for reference points. Cut that sucker right about there. On this side, we're going to make it the same as that side. So if it's facing up, I want it facing up over here. So what we're going to do is stick this in till it hits the frame. We're going to cut it off right about here. You don't know what you're doing, Pastor Bill. Probably. You could have just ran that on the outside. Yeah, I could have. But this looks better. They just had this trailer installed, and Roger and Nancy, this is going to be their home. And they're treating this thing just like it's a home. It is a home. It's a mobile home. And it's really nice inside. And we want to make sure we do the best we can. All right, so this is ready to crawl up underneath the trailer with the spiders and stuff. All right, maybe I better grab my light and my glue. That should be all I need. Maybe some zip ties. I think we can crawl right through here. All we really need to do is go down there and put it on top of the frame. Oh, there's water coming out this hose. I'll put one foot in front of the other. Soon you'll be walking out the door. Oh my gosh. Don't forget my glue. Don't want to get to come all the way back. We want to make this a one tripper. Don't want to trip. We just want to get it done and get her done. I thought it was gonna be cool in here. Man, it's like sweating. Oh, I forgot the glue. Man. That's not that far back. Okay. It's a close call. Here we are in the Amazon jungle. In the caves of Taekwondo. Don't forget the glue. All right. Let's see if I can get myself situated where I can do something. Oh, come on, get my feet over there. All right. There's so much room in here, you can't even stand up. All right. All right, so here's our conduit coming in from the panel box. And what I'm going to do is slide what I'm going to do is knock the camera over. There we go. Now we'll make the journey down to the other side and do that one. I'm going to go down to the center of the trailer. We're going that way. Well, it's cooler over here. What I need to do for Rogers, set up a string of lights for him. He's got an outlet underneath here for his freezing strip thingy. Oh, we're almost there. I gotta go past it because there's stuff in the way. Oh, there's spider web. Perfecto. So what we got done is we're coming through. This is where the disconnect will be, and it goes all the way down and comes out over there by the conduits coming in. All right, so now we just got to get out of here. I made it. Did I tell you it's hot underneath here? Goodness gracious, and my phone is cutting off, my camera's cutting off. You know it's hot when it does all that stuff. It's too hot. It's too hot. Oh, fresh air. Fresh air. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. All right, so we're going to choose a hole to come down. That way these three are coming down in the same line. We'll make a 90, come down, we'll make a 90 and hook right into there. So we'll take this KO out right here. Use my Klein screwdriver, come up from the bottom. Don't put that in the yard so his lawnmower hits it. Alright, I gotta be fast. Camera's out in the sun. Roger's over there looking for that leak now. gosh, it's hot. The camera's still running. Ow. Hope that was on video. I'm gonna do my cutters. Here, Kleins. So it's up against the trailer. I'm gonna pull it out. Conduit and box part is done. Now we just gotta pull wires. Oh my gosh, I need some shade. I figured I'd get over here early. So now we're gonna use a fish tape. For years and years I was the flat metal fish tape lover. Now I am a fiberglass fish tape lover. And for the simple fact, this thing bends any way you want rather than only one direction with the flat tape. All right, so now we're going to make up the head on the snake. And so what I like to do is I like to strip my wires on small stuff. On big stuff, a lot. Take about half of the wires and clip them off. The last one I like to come through the opposite direction. And make that head as flat as you can get it. Covering up all the little strands coming out. This is an important step when you're pulling wires. You ain't got to go crazy with this part. It's just holding the wires to the thingamajiggy. And you should practically, you might even be able to get it all the way there just by pushing it. I think it's at the last 90 now. Got a knot in the wire. Plenty enough there. All right, here we are at the box, and we need to make a determination on what side we want. We know it's going to be on this side, the air conditioner. So I'm saying we should come through this one here. The rule of thumb is if it's an outside box, whether it's liquid tight or not, you come through the bottom of the box. That's just a rule of thumb. They say if it's got a gasket, like a O-ring on it, that you can come through the sides. Now these boxes are not waterproof. If water gets in them, it goes down and comes out a little hole. It's not that big a deal, but it's the rule of thumb, and I like the rule of thumb. All right, we're going to choose the 1/2 inch. Oops. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. That definitely ain't supposed to happen. All right, I gotta see if I got some KOs over there. I mean, thingamajiggies. That was not supposed to happen. All right, I do not have one, Sam. I am. That is not supposed to do that. So I'm going to tell you what not to do, and we're going to come in through the 1/2 inch on the side. And I didn't pick up any fuses. Oh wait, here's some reducing washers right here. They come with it. Look. Man, I already... Oh, man. Man. I had everything I needed. See, the Lord provided me, and get this. There we go. All right, now we can do the breaker. Did I tell you it was hot? All right, so here we are at the panel. This is the main panel for the house. There's no breaker on the lugs going in. It's a pass-through. So these are always hot, so I got to be careful. We're going to run the breaker on this side. When you're looking to buy your breaker, you need to find out what type of panel you got. Right? And this is like the home line type. So first thing we're going to do is hook up our ground. So this panel is hot, just like me right now. I mean, I could shut the panel off. That is the correct way of doing it. I have my square bit just right over there. Is it diet? All right, thank you. You know me, I'm on the Fat Boy program. All right, so before you hook this in, it's a good policy to make sure your breaker is in the off position in case you accidentally touch these lugs. And it is in the off position. Next thing is to take out your breaker thingies. I think that's what they're called, breaker thingies. We're just going to take the two out that we're working on. You know them bad boys. It's going to be hot if I leave them flat on the ground. Throw them right in my bag. All right, we should probably test it. We'll do the hot stick at that end. Well, I'm 100% sure it's going to work, but we should probably test it anyways. All right, let's turn it on. I don't see no magic smoke. Sniff test. So far, so good. Let's go over to the disconnect. pull that off. Hot on that one. Hot on that one. It's good to go. Thank you.
It's right here.
All righty. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
That's DUN, done. DUN, done. Except for put some wire nuts on that thingy, the wires. You figure out how to do that yourself, I'm pretty sure. Hey, God bless each and every one of you. Remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Now this installation is for doing it on a mobile home. It's very similar on doing it on a house. A lot of times they'll run Romex wiring. In a trailer underneath, that's considered outside. And outside means conduit. Exposed wiring is always in conduit. So I know there's HVAC guys that run UV wire from the disconnect to the compressor unit, and that is 110% wrong. You cannot run I don't care if it's UV wire, Romex, or any kind of wire, MC or anything else, cannot be exposed. It has to be in conduit. Liquid tight, whatever type of conduit it needs to be. Underneath your trailer, it needs to be in conduit. That's the rule, because underneath your trailer is considered outside. Just a couple inches in that plastic, you can run it wire in that. Why, I don't know, but that's the rule. God bless each and every one of you. Oh, Nancy, thank you for bringing me a soda. Oh, I can do all things through Christ, even on a hot day. God bless you. I'll see you on the next Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. Oh, that thing looks good. That thing is right. Thank you. That thing is right. I gotta get a KO blank for it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Look at that thing. That thing looks good. Boom. Done.